All right.
No.
How do you feel about this? You want to go live?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll talk about Star Wars.
No. Nope.
All right. Then someone's got to come up with some questions pretty damn
All right.
fast.
So, oh my
All
God, hang on. I got to
Star Wars.
move this.
Okay.
Look at that. Apocalypse Hoboken. Holy crap. Matt from Legit Dogs. It is Car Con Carne. We're doing a Facebook Live as we're recording the podcast for carconcarne.com, which is brought to us by Boost Mobile. This phone is on Boost Mobile. My entire family is on Boost Mobile. It is such an affordable, fantastic plan. Unlimited everything. I drove past a Boost Mobile on my way here. If you, too, want to enjoy crystal clear quality like you're seeing right now on Facebook Live, boostmobile.com. Are you gentlemen ready?
Absolutely.
Where are you at? See, that's the Boost Mobile. See, I screwed up. Let's start over again.
No, there's no starting over. There are no takebacks.
What's with that
take
poor
two.
guy? He's always like, "Where are you at?" Like he's so helpless out there
There are
in the
no
world
takebacks.
without his phone. So that's why we have Boost Mobile because sorry.
That's right.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
Okay, so here we are. We're in front of Legit Dogs, an amazing place which opened up just to do this podcast tonight.
We did.
Matt, you are a gentleman and a wonderful human being. And I'm here with two members of the recently reunited Chicago punk legends, Apocalypse Hoboken. Todd Pot's right there. Andy's in the back seat. Something we thought would never happen, although I guess every band gets back together at some point. We thought this would never happen.
Well,
Pretty much so. I mean, Andy's the reason this even is starting right now. So I don't know why.
He was the engine that got this back together?
Yes.
Why do I have to take the blame for this?
It's on
This
me.
is good. This is exciting. Now, I want to talk about the band in depth and the reunion and the why. I want to talk about Legit Dogs, but I think we need... Can we get a picture of this? I can't even turn this. The food, I have a giant tray of Legit Dogs in front of us. How many did you make, Matt?
We made 12.
You made 12. There are 4 of us. And just to give you a sense of what a legit dog looks like, this is the mac and cheese dog. There's a hot dog in here somewhere under a mountain of mac and cheese. Who wants to claim this one?
I'll try it.
Yep. Next up, we have... All right, this is the brisket one, right?
Yes.
And what's this called?
It's called the Carve.
The Carve. Topped with coleslaw. This is heavy. This is almost like a two-hander.
When people reach up to get that out of the food truck, they almost drop it every time. I'm like, it's a brick, lady.
All right, who wants this?
Or sir. I don't want to
Oh no, I
seem sexist.
have to
on
eat
that
3
remark.
hot dogs. I might as well start with. And I'm going to eat this in a car.
And we should say, Legit has a brick and mortar location here in Elgin. What street is this?
This is
This is
horrible.
Grove, 51 South Grove.
51 South Grove. You also have a food truck.
We
You're
do.
You're a busy dude, so thank you for doing this.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
How am I?
Now, the one I've had
You
my
got a
eye on.
basket.
You don't have a basket?
I don't have a basket.
How did you not get a basket? I've got to rotate
We
this
ran out
tray.
of baskets.
Did you really? Oh, yeah. All right, so this is, no shit, an Italian beef on top of a hot dog. There's giardiniera on here. What's this called?
So that's the Sleeping with the Enemy. That is a cheesy beef hot dog. It's got mozzarella. It's got fresh peppers that we cook up really quick, giardiniera, and then the Italian beef.
This is a fantasy made real. This is taking three-dimensional form here. All right, so Matt, you need a dog, right?
I guess.
What?
My body's a temple. I don't usually eat this kind of food.
How dare you?
That's how I keep this svelte figure.
So what am I sending back?
You know what? I'll do a Sleeping with the Enemy.
Sleeping with the Enemy, which is the brisket.
No, the Sleeping with the Enemy is the one with the beef.
I think
All
I
right.
got another
Yeah,
one.
see.
There
we go.
That one back. Going to move this over. I wish people watching on Facebook Live could see just the enormousness of the tray in front of me. All right, how's the food so far, gentlemen?
It's really, really good.
Who needs a fork?
I should never ate that
I'm
deep
good.
fish before you guys got here.
I have a fork if anyone needs this. Dana Lynn says, Matt, I'm now obsessed with you.
Oh,
Look at that, making new fans.
wonderful.
Wow.
Thanks.
So previously on Apocalypse Hoboken, what was the total run first time around? 93, 2000?
That's about right. We had our before '93, Todd wasn't in the band, so we had another singer, then we'd break up, and then we had another singer, and then we'd break up. And then with Todd, we were, consistently
Took us a lot longer
recording
to break
and
up.
touring. Uh-huh.
Apocalypse Hoboken, one of my absolute favorite bands of the 1990s. I think the recorded music holds up, and the live shows were epic. They're people talk about those live shows. I mean, Matt, as it turns out, the kind gentleman who's providing the food for this evening was a fan. Like, you were excited to do this podcast because...
It's almost terrifying to meet, like, some childhood heroes. Because you never know what to expect. And I'll be honest with you, all the stories are absolutely true. They've lived up to their reputation.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I mean, it's amazing, man. I mean, you guys are Chicago legends.
Tell me more how much you like us.
Yeah.
He said it with food. You're eating how much he likes you right now.
You're eating my love.
You must love me.
It's not the first time Todd's heard that, but
Yes. Have you ever been touched inappropriately
show me on the doll, Todd Pot.
by a band?
All right, so why the breakup in 2000? I'm going to look at you, Todd. Why the breakup?
Wow, diving right in.
I know.
Wow. He bought you dinner first.
We broke up for a multitude of reasons, but the biggest one was probably me. So that's essentially...
Oh, come on.
No, I think so. I mean, there was other reasons, but that was the biggest one.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, knowing what you were like on stage, you, as a frontman, were always unpredictable. I've got to, and I'll throw it to Andy, I've got to think that maybe that could wear on a band after a while. Just not knowing what your lead singer is going to pull.
That's kind of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm coming around. Guy drove me nuts. Never liked him. Lyrics suck.
No, that does get hard.
I think we got worn down. We were touring around the country, and I mean, a lot of times you end up playing for nobody.
Right.
We were very broke. The first person who kind of stepped out was Sean, because if he finished his degree, he would actually be able to make a living. He had to he's like, I can't go on tour anymore. He's like, I got to finish school. So we actually got a temporary guitarist named Eric, and we went for another half a year.
Yeah, we toured with Eric.
Daniel, who's
And
watching
then I don't want to get into
Hey, hang on. Daniel, who's watching the Facebook Live, says one of the best front men in the game. That's you, Todd Pot.
All right, Games. Thank you.
That's so cool. All right, sorry. Go ahead, Andy.
And there's a lot of personal stuff. That's about it. Not with me. I was always awesome.
Hey, are we just going to leave that hanging?
I'll tell you this.
No, I mean with people
Hey, I'd be a shitty interviewer if I didn't say, what do you mean by that?
like marriages.
Oh. Well, that's
There
not
was a divorce around that time. It got really, really nasty.
See, that was me. I mean, I'm
not talking about you.
Oh, you're talking about
It's
the
not-
other.
not
the
everything
other
is about
divorce.
you.
No, not
Yes.
everything.
We had a member who was driving out to Michigan, and then trying to be in a band in Chicago. I think, we were kind of struggling between trying to be rock stars and trying to just keep our heads above water.
I get that.
And it stopped being fun.
This is delicious, by the way. I'm not even to the hot dog part of the Italian beef.
I've devoured mine.
So Todd,
Wow, you really did it.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Look at
that's
Andy.
one.
Tell
right,
him
Bad
what he
Hombre.
won for finishing the hot dog first.
with the roast beef.
Okay.
Wow.
I went to the Cubs game this Sunday,
In there.
and I told my brother, I said, I'm going to eat at least 4 hot dogs.
Dude, that's amazing. Good for
Oh, the first hot dog's always like a snack. You can never have just one hot dog.
So this cheese, mac and cheese wiener, does it have cheese in the hot dog too?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
It's just cheese upon cheese upon cheese wrapped in cheese.
So did we answer
I'm
that
never
first
gonna
question?
shit then.
And ham.
Yeah, you did.
'Cause
We're
It
going to
depends
jump
what order
around.
you eat
I mean,
them
there's
in.
so much
Oh, I
more
see.
to it. I think
You started off right.
at one time we wanted to record a follow-up to Microstars, and then we could find nobody to put it out. It was just
Well, that's just it. I mean, looking back
it
at
just
that
got
time,
really sticky.
that era of the 90s, a lot of bands were getting signed. Your credibility was always being called into question as a band. I'm not just saying you specifically, Apocalypse Hoboken, but really any band in the punk rock scene. You're always being monitored by the Cred police. But I want to say, just from knowing you back then, you guys would have signed to someone in a heartbeat, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you have?
I think so. Just because.
If it meant you could pay your bills and keep touring?
Yes.
I mean, yeah. I don't. It would have been the way I looked at it personally. Is it would have been fun to have the backing of something like that and still be Apocalypse Hoboken. You know.
So thinking about microstars, back in the day when I was doing the local show in Q101, and you guys would hang out at the radio station.
Give me another dog.
I can't.
Oh,
Jesus,
I
Andy.
Todd to do it. He can do it.
I can get it.
It's all the way back there.
I got it.
Yeah.
Good teamwork.
Yeah, James has got work to do.
That's right.
Todd's got to do this. Oh.
So back in the day, we started playing Little Fingers in like regular rotation. Looking back on that, it's just fucking crazy to me because back in the day, I don't think as close scrutiny was paid to the lyrics of songs. I listen to Little Fingers now. Just even the line, I'd stuck a bucket of crud right out of you, I don't think would pass in 2018.
Really?
I don't think so.
That's crud. Nothing wrong with crud.
Just in the general context of the rest of the song, too, maybe those lyrics wouldn't have flown.
That's the beauty of it.
It also mentioned masturbation.
Yeah,
That was, yeah.
And that word said very clearly in the song.
I don't let my son listen to that
So
stuff.
if Apocalypse Hoboken was formed today, would they?
Their shirt should be at Hot Topic.
Yeah. Spencer's. Well, you'd be making all that money, though.
No, we were talking about that on the way here.
I mean, would you be who you are today if you formed?
I don't know if we could say the things we were saying without people getting really upset.
Oh, yeah.
But having the internet to actually say something and get attention.
I think that this day and age needs you guys more than ever.
That's right.
It's just harder to be a sexist and racist nowadays.
It is tricky.
Yeah, but you found such the right balance, though. You're right there. You're right at the perfect line.
Yeah, but
Just the right amount of.
yeah, there's some people who just don't want to have their buttons pushed, and that would be a problem. But it wouldn't stop us.
So you are back together. You're doing 2 shows mid-July.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is this like a you're just kind of shooting out a test flare? Like,
I don't know. It's been going well.
I think you guys are going to be blown away by those crowds. I think it'll be breathtaking to see the way you guys will receive those 2 shows.
I'm really excited, and
I think that's
all of us are.
I think that's a factor. Yeah.
You are putting out a vinyl only, I'm assuming,
Yes.
release of B-sides and rarities
right.
to coincide with the gigs. So what's on that? What's it called?
I'll let Andy answer all that.
I'm chewing. It's
so
called.
good.
It's called Everybody's Been Burned. And
I love that.
it's an old David Crosby song, but it's very appropriate for what's happening these days with our current president and guns, and it also is kind of tells the Apocalypse Hoboken story, because I thought about it and there was no real winners. No one made any money off of us. We didn't make any money. The more we talk about Apocalypse Hoboken, why we broke up, we start to realize that we were like just complaining all the time.
Yeah.
Am I still part of the album?
And
Oh,
you
yes.
are, yes.
Okay.
You will be in the liner notes.
Yes. They're.
All right, so the band asked me to be part of the liner notes. Can I read what I wrote?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
All right, so this is what I wrote for the Apocalypse Hoboken vinyl release that comes out next month. I always believed that rock, especially punk rock, should be dangerous. The piss your parents off gene should be a segment of a band's DNA. Apocalypse Hoboken had that gene. They were dark and irreverent, blissfully unrestrained. As you play this record and dig into rare and rarely heard Hoboken songs, you'll hear what I mean. And when you're done listening, you should make a return trip through their catalog. I swear those songs hold up to modern day listening. From Jerk Lessons, Fuck You, Fuck All of You, through Goddamn That's Love, Do You Know What It's Like to Be Pissed On? Do you?
Do you?
The band delivered attitude with no small amount of melody and musicianship. Could Hoboken have gone farther back in the day? Maybe. I don't know. But here we are in 2018 talking about their music, and that has to count for something. So there you go. Thanks for letting me be part of that.
Thank you. I love it.
Truly an honor. And by the way, I was talking about this before we started recording. I have fallen back into vinyl collecting. I love playing records. So the fact that I have a record coming from you guys, I'm so excited.
Yeah. We didn't put a lot of our stuff. Well, I take that back. Everything we did was on vinyl, but it's just I don't have any of it anymore. So
Really?
That's basically
yeah.
the track list for this record is mostly stuff that never made it to vinyl.
Right.
Just things that came out on like our box box set, which we made ourselves, and was just.
Which I still have.
Do you?
I have. Oh yeah, I've got your box set at home.
So now it's going to be properly mastered, and
It'll have meatballs on it. And
And it'll-
meatballs has never been on.
Oh my
on
God,
vinyl.
that's right. That's right. So, how do you prepare a set list for something like this?
How many songs do we have on it, Andy?
we've got 45 songs
45.
prepared to go, and
And you can't play the same set both nights, right? I mean,
We're gonna play a few of the
there'll be
songs.
duplicates for sure.
Yeah, but no, each night will be different. Absolutely.
Because I have to assume there'll be
yeah,
Right.
returning fans for both nights.
there's a couple songs that we have to do every night, and then
Well,
We're
what are
trying
those?
to do
What are
surprises.
those essentials?
God damn, that's love.
Do you know what it's like to be pissed on? Do you?
Classic.
Brett would be another one.
I am not playing Brett every night.
We're gonna play Brett 3 times each show.
God damn it.
All right, I'm going for another dog.
Space Glaze, yeah.
Do the Bad Hombre.
Bad Hombre? Okay. Got tons of cilantro on this. Ah!
We can't give away our trade secrets.
This is the Bad Hombre. You can't even see what's in there. It's like a secret. It's like it's a basket full of secrets hidden under cilantro and corn.
You want to know what's in there?
Maybe.
So it's a jalapeno and cheese hot dog.
Shit, here we
and
go.
then it has papaya and mango.
Papaya and mango.
And then it has chile y limon seasoning, chipotle and sriracha, fried corn, kind of like corn nuts, and then cilantro.
So at some point I'll get to a hot dog. Is what you're telling me.
Eventually you'll get there.
I mean, everybody in Elgin eats like this.
Yeah.
These are old family recipes.
We're going to the riverboat after this, aren't we?
Kids in the high schools eat these.
We're gonna end up sinking that riverboat.
We're like 3 blocks away from Grand Victoria, right?
Yeah, yeah, we are.
I don't think I could eat a third one.
The hot dogs that have stuff in them, like the one that James is eating. Do you don't make stuff them yourself?
We actually get our hot dogs from a place called Reams Meat Market, which
Okay.
is out of Elgin.
Yep.
And yeah, they're more like artisan hot dogs.
So it's still supporting local.
Yeah. So we try to do it. We try to get even the fruit and stuff. We try to get. We have harvest markets and stuff here, and like the Elgin Harvest Market. We try to get as much as we can through local farmers. Even
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, the Bad Hombre. I love this. I like this more than the other one. The other one was really good, but I knew what to expect when I ate it. Mm-hmm. What I like about the Bad Hombre, everything about this is surprising.
Yes.
What's the crunchy stuff in here?
So it's basically like our version of a corn nut. It's
Oh my God.
oven fried corn, and we basically make a corn nut, so it's almost crunchy. That is the one that I'm the most proud of. It took about 10 years for me to finally get that hot dog right. It started
This
off-
is so delicious, dude.
it's something that nobody's ever had. Whenever they try it, people are like, "Oh my God!" But the problem is,
And my nose is running, by the way.
that's the way it should be. Well, I want to get stickers made so I can put them in all the porta potties, and that way when it reads, "If you're reading this right now, you probably just ate a Bad Hombre."
No, this is a bien. This is a bueno hombre. At least right now it is. I'm a fan of what's going on.
And he's eating it with a fork.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I gotta.
Eating it in a car.
Courtney says one of my favorite bands ever, and cilantro is goddamn delicious.
Oh, see, it can go either way. Cilantro is either delicious or it tastes like soap.
Goddamn, that's love. Do you know what it's like to be pissed on? Do you?
Tell us a story. Someone in this car has been pissed on.
So going back to you, Todd, as front man. I mean, someone said it earlier, best front man ever, which I'm sure. It's kind of weird to hear that, or great to hear it, but it's hard to respond to that on camera.
Said
I'm
at
sure.
family gatherings. All the time.
What was your approach? I mean, I think you had your own style on stage. How do you approach a show, or how do you approach a show?
Honestly, no, I don't.
Just whatever the mood takes you.
Yeah. But kind of on to what you're talking about, when it came to writing lyrics and what have you, I felt for the longest time that I needed to experience what I wanted to write about. Mm-hmm. And I think it was the wrong way to do things, but that had a lot to do with performing.
When you look back on your initial run, what was the highlight? Was there a show or a moment where you thought, holy shit, that's it, we did it? Daniel Bowman says, Fireside Bowl 1997 blew my fucking mind.
That was the show, yep.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No.
That was the...
I think it's before then.
See, I like the last reunion show at Fireside.
That's when we really made it?
No, that's when I felt
Are you gonna reunion?
the best about the band.
Okay.
And what
All
year was
of
that?
us. What was it, 2001?
2001, yeah.
Yeah.
But like a show
It could
that
be
made you
anything.
feel like you had finally arrived?
When we played the basement of that club in Texas while Fugazi played at the same time upstairs. That's when I knew that we really made it.
You're in the vicinity.
We were below
That's a true
Fugazi.
story. It happened to us.
I think NoFX
Yeah.
has a story just like that, too.
Really? When NoFX was playing, as NoFX was playing upstairs?
As Fugazi was playing as they were coming up. I just read their biography. I read the biography before Mike broke bad last week.
The hepatitis bathtub
Yeah.
thing? That's a good book.
That's it. I mean, I like the book because it opens with like their "Call Me Ishmael" Moby Dick moment. It opens with Mike saying, I was standing on the balcony the first time I drank someone's pee. Which, I mean, if you're writing a book, you want to reel them in on the first.
He knows
It
what
was
it's like.
it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Exactly, dude. Well, Andy, did you say what that moment was for you? Like that moment, that show that.
I mean, it should be something that just immediately jumps to mind. And I think it was probably just like playing the Metro.
Was that
Maybe not the first time, but like the first time we got to headline and people actually showed up.
And going back to the 90s in Metro, the punk rock community in Chicago in general had a weird, almost love-hate thing going on with that venue. Mm-hmm. I mean, there were some bands who signed a petition that they wouldn't play, or they officially boycotted Metro.
Yeah.
You guys didn't participate in that.
We were at the we were at the town
The
hall
summit. You were at
meeting
the Trump and Kim summit where they made that
That's
decision.
right. We all the Chicago bands that were involved with that all met at, was it Underdog Loft?
Mm-hmm.
We met there and listened to them give their spiel about the Metro, and
And what was the issue? They said security was the issue?
it was security, and that was pretty much the gist of it, wasn't it?
I don't even remember.
All I do know is that
There was a lot of misinformation.
I think
Oh,
the
yeah.
general consensus with us
in a
was,
mob, there will always be misinformation. Sean McDonough, who used to book Metro, is watching right now.
Fuck you, Sean.
He doesn't mean that, Sean.
Piece of shit.
I love you, Sean.
No, but I think
Yeah.
in regards to that Metro thing, we didn't sign it because I think we figured that all of the bands that did sign it were going to eventually be playing there anyway, so it kind of defeated the purpose.
Yeah.
And we were right.
I think we were actually booked to play there.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, we were like, when you're a teenager, that's like one of the things you want to do. You want to play at the place where you went to see all those bands.
Well,
Yeah.
and
What year was this?
And like, there was punk shows.
Early 90s.
There was punk shows throughout the 80s. Like, so we got to see Circle Jerks, Corrosion of Conformity, DRI. Just all these bands would come to our town. We'd see them at the Metro.
Mm-hmm.
And then they stopped doing punk shows. And my understanding was because kids were getting hurt. Like, kids were coming from the suburbs, getting hurt, and then, like, wanting to sue the Metro.
Yeah.
So they stopped. So the timing of that whole thing about banning the Metro was really strange because there was no, like, punk rock shows going on there for literally years. And then we saved the day. Yeah, I don't know.
can someone hand me more paper towels?
I don't know what changed.
This is a disaster happening here.
I was even at that meeting. I still don't understand any of it. But we did end up playing the Metro, and like Todd said, everyone else did too.
Thank you, Todd.
It's a
Well,
nice
here's the
venue.
thing. Like, to me, there's nothing less punk rock than doing what a crowd of people tells you to do.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was like the antithesis of punk rock is getting bullied into signing the punk rock boycott.
Right.
That's why Todd is such that alt-right guy now, because really kind of zigged when everyone else zagged.
Just trying to be different, man. I'm doing my own thing.
Edgelord.
All right, so we talked about the best. What was the low point?
Oh God.
Tell me what the bottom was like.
Oh, boy.
Boll Weevil Daryl Wilson says the infamous town hall meeting at Underdog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Again, that was a long time ago. I don't.
What do you mean low point? Like shows that were bad, or low
the
point
band.
of being in the band? Oh Christ!
Was there a moment where you thought, "Shit, that's it. This is." Was there a bottom?
I don't know. I just think the bottom dropped out. I don't think there was ever a bottom. Well, that just stopped.
We kind of went on a tour with was it Armchair Martian and Wretch Like Me, and we were out for 3 weeks and playing shows to.
Was that where we all got really sunburnt?
No. It was just where we played for nobody. That's why you don't remember.
That was like every tour.
And it was just, it was just kind of a grind.
Mm-hmm.
So we went out with like the Suicide Machines for 6 weeks, played for tons of people. Then we're out with Armchair Martian and Wretch Like Me and playing for, and in some cases we're playing the exact same place. We came back and people weren't coming back.
Was Microstars?
And it got a little freaky.
Was Microstars artistically the high point?
I wouldn't say. I think we took more time in making that an album, but I think artistically and creatively, I think House of the Rising Son of a Bitch is the one we did.
Will we hear Monchichi next month?
Absolutely.
That seems like a must.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a gotta play.
That's one of your favorite. That's a song that you talked about when we first met, in fact.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. You had cherry-picked lines from it that you were talking about the pop culture references that I...
Yeah.
And
that's so funny. Hey, we've had a lot of intersections through the years, and it's been a very long time since we last intersected. Can you tell... I was thinking about highs and lows. Can you tell... You have so many different stories from being on the road and weird experiences. Can you tell the Pickle Juice story?
Sure. So
this is what it's like to be a touring band. Or actually, more specifically, this is what it's like to be Apocalypse Hoboken.
We were playing in St. Louis that night, right?
Oh, I'm dying to hear the story.
You don't remember? So we were playing in St. Louis, and forget the name. I think it was called the Galaxy is the name of the club. That's in St. Louis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we played there. We had asked for a place to stay at the end of the show, like we would do every night. And a group of kids said, "Hey, you can come stay with us. We got a place to stay." And we're like, "Oh, okay." It turns out to be an abandoned motel, essentially. There was no one. There was no one working a front desk or anything, and squatters had taken up in these rooms. And we get up to the. It was on the
post-apocalyptic.
second floor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was like fires and garbage cans outside and stuff. So I don't remember who in the band stayed in the van, because we pulled in there and it was a rough area, and they were like, we're going to sleep in the van tonight and stay with the gear. And I was like, well, I'm going to go get fucked up with these kids. And I believe it was Sean, and they weren't kids either. They were like 13, 14, so they were...
Actually, those were kids.
Those were kids, yeah.
No, anyways.
Just so you know.
You don't drink with 13-year-olds.
They take us up to the motel room, and they had to kick open the door to get in there. So we get into this room, we're sitting down, and we start to drink, and two dudes that were in the parking lot ended up coming up to the motel room.
Okay.
And the guy was holding a can of, or a jar of vodka, and then another jar that I didn't know what was in it. It was pickle juice and vodka, and so we all took swigs of that with him, because he wanted us to, and we were all... just having fun.
He wanted you to, and you're a people pleaser.
That's right.
Which is why you did it.
Right. As the night went on, he started accusing his friend of stealing $100 from him. It just out of the blue, he goes, "Where's my $100?" And the guy's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have your money. He goes, "You stole my motherfucking money." The guy's like, I didn't take your money, man. And so the guy ends up taking off all of his clothes, spreading his butt cheeks.
The guy who was accused.
Yes, the guy who was accused.
As anyone would.
Right.
And all of us in the room are just sitting there in amazement, like, oh my God. So the dude...
So the guy who was accused stripped down, and he was basically prepping for a cavity search?
He was showing him that, see, it's not in my butt. Obviously, it's where...
What's a hot dog, by the way?
Nothing in my butt.
So the guy goes, "I'll be right back." He goes out, he's gone for maybe 2 minutes, and he comes busting back in the room with a shotgun.
Oh, God.
And he swings it around the room. He's like, all y'all, you're all going to die. I want my money. And it starts, the kids that had, the squatters that were in there started getting afraid. We'll go get you your money. We'll take you to an ATM, and that seemed to appease him. And
So he whips out a shotgun. Had you ever experienced anything like that at all?
No. Never. I've never been around guns until that point. He ended up cocking the shotgun, and I could see that the barrel was empty. So it was an empty gun. And I told the kids, you don't need to go anywhere. Just fuck this guy. Well, they ended up taking him anyway, but that's the story.
Nobody got shot?
Nobody got shot.
So you were fucked up.
I was sleeping in the other room, so I missed all of this. That's
You
why
were
I
fucked
didn't-
up, and
I
you had
can't
the
tell
wherewithal.
See, there was no other room, though. So did you stay in the van?
story. No, there was like a little bedroom that I
Oh,
was
okay.
in. And I just heard like, I'm Todd Pot. I can do anything. Or something.
It was a cool superhero movement or moment.
No, I heard the story. You kind of called the guy's bluff and said, there's nothing in that gun. Please leave these children alone.
That's right. You're a protector of the kids. Right.
Like a mama bear.
You are just like a mama bear. I'm thinking about punk rock in general. I want to throw it over to legit hot dogs for a second. You started with the food truck. To me, food trucks are like the most punk rock way to get into the restaurant business.
That's one way to put it.
Well, I mean, it's totally DIY,
Yes.
right? I mean, you're kind of setting your own hours.
Yeah. Well, Jesus. I mean, if you look at our truck, I mean, it's basically held together by duct tape and
punk rock posters.
Yeah, literally, flyers that we printed out for 11 cents a piece. So that's my decor and old skateboards.
Yeah, I'm looking at Rancid and Naked Ray Gun.
Yeah, so it really is like I just kind of went downstairs in the basement and was like, okay, yeah, this will do it. So, but yeah, I mean, it definitely, we wanted to figure out a way that we can get our stuff out to the public. And I kind of figured, like, what type of music do I want to listen to? And, what do I want to do all day? And I said, this is it. So, we went
It's
out
a
with the
cool
truck.
place. I mean, you guys, well, Andy, you played there with your other band, but I mean, you went down there. It's a cool vibe.
It really is. Yeah.
Thanks.
And
It really is.
who has room for
Just
a third
get rid
hot
of the
dog?
pipes, man, and it's good.
Get rid of the pipes. You got it.
Anybody?
do
Third
that.
hot dog number 3?
Sure. I'll try it.
Jeez.
You want to go mac and cheese?
No, I don't want another one of those.
Oh, you had one.
I want the
The
spicy
Bad Hombre?
one. Yes.
Dude, this is
that
going
way
to
I've
blow your
tried
mind.
all of them.
Is that the one with the brisket?
No.
So you have a veggie one too, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We can make anything veggie.
But it's a hot
And
dog.
we can make it vegan, too. Yeah,
It's a hot dog.
Believe it or not, we have a really good vegan hot dog.
No, I don't want those people
Andy,
eating
do you
my
want to try the
hot
Bad
dog.
Hombre?
I can't. No.
This is ridiculous. How about just a little?
Okay.
Does
Just a tip.
so it's a vegan hot, not a vegan hot, but a veggie hot
You gotta
dog?
text that guy and say, get us some more Cokes.
Oh, yeah? We can. Look.
No.
I'll tell him bring out
I
dessert.
felt so bad. Who was that who came out from the restaurant?
I don't know.
The owner.
He was standing outside the doors, and I was just like, "Hey, man, you want to make a couple bucks here? Handle this food."
Carry a giant tray
Sure.
of hot dogs.
Is there a fork up there?
Yeah, it's...
I want to eat it James style.
Oh wow, that's the best
Just-
one I've had so far.
Dude, it's delicious, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
should say
really
this
good.
This is Jeff Mayfield, so that way he doesn't feel left out.
Jeff Mayfield.
for me bringing him out.
Is he taken?
Maybe. I don't know.
Where's this going?
Bring out
Well,
some more
he was a
Coke.
nice-
Oh, it has so
he was a
many
nice young
different
man.
flavors.
Strong.
Want to say hi to Tyler Wildey
tattoo.
of Epic Deli,
Hey, Tyler.
friend of the show.
Hey,
Nicely
Tyler.
he's watching. He is also a punk rock enthusiast. Probably a Hoboken and a Mons fan. It comes right down to it.
And an
I was in a
all-around
band with
nice
Tyler.
guy.
Is that the Epic Deli guy?
Yeah.
Are you guys in competition?
No, listen.
All right.
You guys should do a wrestling show.
You should beat the shit out of each other.
Where you guys,
He would-
you guys cook at the same
He
time.
would kill me. He would absolutely murder me. I basically almost stole his menu and his theme.
Was
And-
Epic Deli an inspiration?
No.
No?
Until after he reached out to me, and he was super nice, and he reached out to me, and he helped me out a lot, and walked me through me almost going off the cliff a couple of times. This dude had no reason.
Because this is a hard business.
Wow.
It's hard
It
being
is
in
a
a
hard
band.
business, yeah.
It's hard running a
This
restaurant.
dude just wrote, hey, I love what you're doing with the scene. I love what you're doing with the place. I love what you're doing with the menu. And we finally made it out to his place. He came out on our grand opening. He came out a couple of times. He drove all the way down. Epic Deli's in Johnsburg. He drove all the way down. And we finally made it up there. And I walked in there and I go, oh my God, I stole this dude's restaurant. He has a stage. He has crazy shit on his menu. And he's got a ton of like sandwiches. He had ramen noodle soup, or he has ramen noodle soup on his menu. And
yeah.
I was gonna make ramen noodle soup. I was like, oh my God. So so luckily the guy was nice.
You should make
It's-
pho.
Your shop in Epic Deli are extremely different. Legit and Epic are two totally different things.
They are.
You've got shaved ice, which is the Hawaiian shaved ice,
That's right.
which is awesome because that's something that isn't popular here in the Chicago area. Every time I go down south, I crave snowballs. That's what they
Yeah.
call them in like the Missouri area. I have family in Blue Springs, Missouri. Anyways, they have these little snowball stands, and they put a cream on top of the ice.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I mean, you're absolutely right. I've met so many people that they've never heard of actual what shave ice should be.
It's not a snow cone. It's
yeah.
totally different.
Hey, you want a job? We're hiring.
There's
I actually do need a job, so we can talk about that after.
there's ham on this, isn't there?
There is.
Oh my
It's not
lord!
kosher,
This is
or is it?
ridiculous. This is so good. All right, so back to Apocalypse Hoboken. The reason why we were gathered here today, the return of Hoboken. In your time away, how many fits and starts did you have of starting back up, or was it just a dry period where you just didn't think about it?
Honestly, I don't think it was really thought about. After
I find that surprising. Just after all the time
Like
you
writing
spent together.
songs and trying to restart it.
yeah,
No.
oh, when it ended, the
It was
first
conclusive.
time, yeah, it was done. But I kind of think that at this point now, I would love to write songs with the guys and fucking jam and someone bring new riffs out. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
No riffs.
You gotta
If we
have-
do anything, I want to sound like Echo and the Bunnymen. I want to do something glacial.
Echo and the Bunnymen. Todd could rock the moody, moody Brit pop thing.
I have to
Post wave.
My hair has been turning really gray lately, so my wife gave me a conditioner to make the hair less. It feels like sandpaper. Like the consistency has changed completely. Anyways,
I think the hair looks very nice.
wait, this is what's fucked up. Been putting this shit in my hair, and it's dyed my hair blonde.
Yeah,
You do look youthful.
I was going to say it looks like you've reversed the aging process somehow.
Just in my hair.
I was fooled. You should get that Shimmer Lights shampoo, that
Right.
purple shampoo that the old people use.
Go like for a guy. You should do the Guy Fieri thing. You look
Do
cool.
the-
Oh,
do the
no.
tip.
Oh, you would look
Yeah.
great. You should get a little
Or
stud
get a
right
big
there.
face tattoo or something.
Is it too? If I say I want to do the Anthony Bourdain thing, too soon?
Too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon. People liked him.
I love him. Don't get me wrong.
Too soon.
Yeah, love that guy. Sorry, I love him.
All right, so a quick recap as we are about to head off in the sunset. I am rolling the windows down on the way home. I'm cranking the AC. The belt's coming off. Pants unbuckled. There's not
What are you
enough room.
doing?
I'm gonna jerk it while listening to Microstars.
Perfect.
As always, my point is this: we're in front of legit hot dogs. The address again?
51 South Grove. Oh, look, he came out.
Oh, drinks.
Yeah, thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, Jeffrey.
We're out of Diet Coke.
Oh, Jesus.
That's okay.
Is that okay?
Yes. Thanks.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
Yeah, so the address is 51 South Grove in Elgin, Illinois.
I love this place. I love this place. I don't get out to Elgin as often as I should. This is worth the trip for me. Just like Tyler made. Like I know my son will love coming here too. This place is great. All right, so that's what's going on with Legit. The reunited, the reconstituted, the remarkable Apocalypse Hoboken. The shows are where?
Chop Shop in Chicago, July 12th and 13th. Is that the right date?
13th, 14th.
Sorry.
Anything beyond that, we can't really comment on, but there's already rumors out there. But yeah, Friday the 13th, and which is a good start.
Well,
And
can I start the Riot Fest rumor if it hasn't been started yet?
Oh God, yes, please.
I would love to play Riot Fest.
I would like to play 15th on the bill.
Preferably first in the morning.
Somewhere in between Guar and Andrew WK?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, I'm so glad you guys are back together. I've loved your band for years. This is a real thrill to have you sitting here eating hot dogs with me, and I'm so glad you got the band back together.
Thank you.
Nice,
I
thank
am
you.
too.
Apocalypse Hoboken, Matt from Legit Dogs. This is Car Con Carne. The full podcast will be available on carconcarne.com as soon as I produce it. It's brought to you by Boost Mobile. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Bye, guys.
That was awesome.